It is crazy, and I haven't actually told anyone this. You're the first person to know, but maybe she would. I don't know. Like, I think at this point, anything's possible.
Well, Harrison, hello. My name's Ruby. I'm from iHeartRadio Canada. Thank you so much for talking to me. I feel like this is such a special time for you right now. So I'm so excited to be able to talk to you. So, first question, I mean, how are you?
I feel amazing. I mean, you can imagine that this is just absolutely next level. Like, you got to imagine just how crazy it is since the 15th of December to even be in this situation. I didn't know I was even going to be doing music anymore, and now, I mean, I can tell you, I'm coming to Canada in March, so I'm going to be coming all across all of Canada and doing shows kind of everywhere. So it's such a massive. It's kind of what I always wanted, but like, yeah, absolutely crazy. I mean, you couldn't even like begin to describe how this feels.
That is so exciting. And it's interesting. I wasn't sure I was even going to ask you this question, but then someone asked me yesterday, and I was like, I guess I do need to know. They said, do you think that he's watched the show? And I was like, I would assume so, but have you watched Heated Rivalry?
Of course. Of course. Like I watched it right in the beginning. I had to. And also, like to know what was going on because obviously I was getting all these messages from my song being in the show. And it was kind of the point of like, okay, well, where is it? What's going on? I need to understand the context. So it wasn't enough to watch the scene, if that makes any sense. I had to go back to watch forward, but I kind of already been spoiled because I'd already been sent that video. I wish I got to see it like everybody else did, you know?
Well, obviously it's special to you because your song is in it, and like you said, that scene is going to be important. But did you still get as hooked as everyone else when you started watching the show?
I mean, I'm more hooked with, obviously, I think the actors are fantastic. First off, amazing ambassadors, I think, just for humanity. But more importantly, did you see like that they're now Olympic torchbearers, like literally like
Yes,
an hour ago.
amazing.
I know. And it's just like it's really great when like good things happen to good people, and I think that they both really deserve it. And they were waiting tables and everything, and yeah, this is just it's incredible. And everywhere they go, they're just using my song as like the unofficial theme song or whatever to where they go, and it spreads all over TikTok. We're at hundreds and hundreds of millions of plays now. It's really surreal. It really is.
I'm thinking maybe like when they hold the Olympic torches, you need to like walk behind them with a boombox with your song on, just like all the things she said.
Actually, the Olympics already contacted me to be able to use the music in the Olympics. So
What?
yeah, it is crazy, and I haven't actually told anyone this. You're the first person to know, but
Wow, breaking news.
NBC asked me whether they could use my song to promote the ice skating, the figure skating. So it's just crazy. I mean, you got to imagine how big this song is just becoming now. It's just really surreal, really surreal.
Incredible. That's so exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Now take me back. Like tell me the story. When did you make the All the Things She Said remix?
Oh, so I made that back in 2021. So a long time ago now. It was just after COVID. I've been making music for a long time up to that point. I have a few songs with like David Guetta and Hardwell and stuff like that in the past, more from like the electronic dance music scene. But I always felt like I was in the shadow as a feature artist because I was the singer as well as the music producer. So yeah, for me, it was more like releasing stuff without no features, just my name, doing the whole thing. And yeah, that's when I did it. I mean, it did okay, like for like normal things, but this is colossal. This is a worldwide record now. It doesn't belong to me anymore. It like belongs to a whole bunch of people. It's amazing.
So then you get contacted by Heated Rivalry. Did you know how it was going to be used on the show?
Yeah, in context, I knew it was going to be used in the club scene. I didn't know much about Rachel's books at the time, obviously, and there was quite a short deadline on when they wanted it to when the actual series was going to be launched. So I just had my daughter actually, and she's 9 months old now, and so
Oh.
at the time I was just like, look, I want to get her like a crib and some other things. So I was like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes, and so yeah, like that was just part of that. But no one knew that it was going to become the biggest show in the world. Like we were all sat there. It was just a
No.
tiny Canadian show, and now like there's tours, and you've seen all these heated rivalry parties like around the world, like
Yeah.
all
I can go.
everywhere.
I'm going to one. I can't
Are
wait.
you? Well, it doesn't count. It doesn't count if I'm not there. No, I'm
I know, you
joking.
gotta come. You gotta fly in. It's gonna be so much fun. Actually, I do want to bring this up because leave it to the internet, have been so creative with your song. One of my favorite ones, because I'm a
Yeah,
Nintendo gal, is the Animal Crossing. Someone turned the club, like they made like a club
yeah,
scene in Animal Crossing with your song. Like, are you watching all of these things, or are
of
you kind of sick of
course.
it at this point?
No, 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 of course. And I participate. Like I take the videos from the fans and then I like watch them with them or like do reaction videos and I try to, it's my best to do it. But you can imagine there's like sim ones, there's all kinds of different videos like sent to me like all day, every day. I think it's every 30 seconds another TikTok video is made. So you can imagine like as soon as you scroll down, it's just like bang, like straight back up again. But what an amazing thing to have. And now I'm gonna be releasing loads more music, and I'm back in, and yeah, back on tour. This is just crazy.
Well, Jennifer Lopez used your song on one of her
I
posts.
can't
So
believe we're
are we
having this
gonna?
conversation.
Well, this is incredible. So Jennifer Lopez uses your song on her post. Like, are we gonna get a J Lo remix now? Like, are we gonna get Harrison from the Block? What are we looking at here?
Yeah, could you imagine? Do you know, I have thought about that. That's really funny that you said that. I think maybe she would. I don't know. Like, I think at this point anything's possible. Um, I feel like the lane that I've kind of made for myself at the moment is this, like grungy kind of early 2000s scene, and that's kind of what millennials like myself relate to, as well as like showing Gen Z and stuff, the songs that we used to like. You know, what I'm getting at is what feels really cool is like people are discovering this music for the first time. I was thinking maybe like Pink, just like a pill.
Oh yes, yes.
I know. So like I mean I've been thinking so hard about what's going on, and I have another couple, but obviously if I say them all over the radio, everybody's going to copy that idea. So
It's a secret. It's our little secret.
yeah. But yeah, who knows? I mean, I can't give out the magical crystal ball, but I do know that when this is right at its peak, of the streaming, that's when I'll be dropping the next song.
Well, and you mentioned, the thought had crossed your mind that you were thinking about quitting music. So, where is your mindset now compared to then?
Well, for me, it was just like I was always in the shadow of everybody else's success. Like there was these festivals like Tomorrowland, for instance, where you'd see my songs being played, but it was never me playing them. It was always other DJs and stuff. And I did tour for about 4 or 5 years, but then that kind of fizzled out due to not very good management at the time that I was signed to. And unfortunately, yeah, like now I just feel like I have a reset button. I deleted everything, I was really ready to quit. Like I'm not lying. I was at that point where it was just like, and this is just giving me a whole new aspect on there are people out there and they do like the music and I'm not crazy. Because for a while you can sit there and you go, why isn't it? I thought this sounded good. Like, why isn't anybody like saying anything? But now it's the
Right.
complete opposite.
But I don't know. I think it speaks to the internet too, like I said before, where it's like you can release something great and it just for whatever reason the algorithm, doesn't pick it up and it doesn't do what it needs to do. And then you look at this where it's like finally it got the push that it
happened to
needed.
this
It just needed a
first.
push.
That happened to this first. It goes out. It was obviously loved, because people didn't know it yet. And then, you wait a couple of years and then just fate finds it. And here we are, and then you get into this amazing kind of area where you're like, oh, like, hi, I'm Harrison. Nice to meet you.
So what advice would you give to someone who is having similar feelings of you of like, oh, maybe I should just quit?
I think we live in a whole different era now to where we were living, obviously, with AI and stuff like that. I feel like it's harder now for artists because, like, okay, there's a top viral 50, yeah, in the world, and you know this from the Spotify accounts and stuff. And the only song that just came in on top of mine is AI. So I've been number one virally for like about a month in Canada and America at the same time. And the problem is if we don't monitor these songs that aren't human, we're now like at this point where we're ruining the creativity of the people that can do it. And I don't think that it's fair that these songs should be able to chart. Does that make any sense? So
100%. I couldn't agree more.
it's hard enough as it is, let alone with a robot that can release 500,000 songs. But I'm not going to get political about that because obviously that's not my jurisdiction. But what I would say is that my advice to people, going back to your question, is if you just throw enough stuff at the wall, eventually something is going to hit. And I really would say you never know what song is the one that's going to connect with people. I've had songs from the studio that I thought were like the one. And then at the same time, I've had songs I didn't think were any good and they did really well. So, and nobody knows unless you put it out. So I wouldn't keep it on your iTunes. If it's in your computer and nobody can hear it, then it's no good.
Okay, so now that you've checked Heated Rivalry off the list, what other show would you like to create for if you had your dream pick?
If I had my dream pick, I would love to do the Bond song.
Yes.
I mean, that's the dream. Because I feel like that's just everybody's dream.
Then maybe we could get you an Oscar. You could get nominated for an Oscar. What?
Yeah, then I really do believe that my life is a simulation. So at the moment, my dream is to, even if I'm part of like the production on the music side, and then you have, some really amazingly talented singer that I could never compete with, to do that, that would be a dream.
I love that. And you mentioned that you have a 9-month-old daughter. Congratulations.
Yes.
I have a 3-year-old daughter, so I know how tired you are. So I'm thinking, now that you have a daughter too, like, are we going to see you on some like Wiggles remixes? Like, what are we thinking?
No, but I do love Miss Rachel, and so shout out to Miss Rachel.
What? You should drop a Miss Rachel remix. That would go triple platinum in my house. My daughter would freak out. You need to do that.
No, that's amazing. And there's this little character every day that wakes up on TV, and I don't know what his name is, but he goes there and says, I don't have this today. And then he goes out shopping for this apple or pear or banana. And that's in my mind constantly as well. But I don't want to do like these adult raves where you start playing like Humpty Dumpty or whatever.
I'm just saying, it's not a bad backup plan, okay?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I would be there.
If it all falls down, that's where I'll be.
And what is next for you?
I'm in the process of either I'm going to do an album or I'm going to do a couple singles and then drop an album. But the album is something I've always dreamed of doing. I'm now in a situation where people will take it seriously enough to invest in that. And the album will be 100% original, of my original songwriting of what I want to do. But I feel like a couple more nostalgic tracks is due first, because it feels like good energy, and why would I want to waste that? And obviously coming on tour to Canada, coming all across Canada in March. I know a couple of cities. I'm not allowed to mention them just yet because I don't exactly know what order they're in, but I'm coming all the way across. You can tell me after,
secretly.
Yeah, I can tell you after. So if you see an actual Harrison Heated Rivalry party, so like the Harrison Heated parties, because I'm not going to be using their brand like that naughty prize deals, but I would love to see you there, and I will come and say hello to absolutely everybody there. So yeah, I mean, what an amazing thing to be part of. What a beautiful series, and I really feel honored to have been part of this with everybody.
Well, and I don't know if you would know this yet, but do you know if you're going to do anything for season 2? Are you pitching anything for season 2?
You know I can't tell you that.
Look, I tried, okay? I already got some breaking news from you.
Oh yeah, you got some good stuff.
You already gave me the tea, so I thought maybe you'd give me the rest of the cup of tea.
Some spicy stuff, but I can't be telling you that.
Okay, fine. But Harrison, so lovely to talk to you. I cannot wait to see you when you're here in Canada. I also cannot wait to check out your album, Miss Rachel, Harrison's version.
Right.
Thank you so much for talking to us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.